Are you guys? Flipping heck, it's cold. I've just been outside to sort some stuff out. And my controller's not plugged in. That's professional, isn't it? All ready to go? Not quite. Hi, Elmer. Hi, Master Keaton and Cooper and Salve. So, welcome to everyone just joining us for the stream. Hopefully, I'm coming through okay. And the plan today, at least to start with, I haven't got any long-term plans, is to go ahead with some hunts, since quite a few became available at some point during the last live stream. So we're in Jahara. I'm just trying to remember. Oh yeah, we did the Mind Flayer hunt at the end of the last episode, didn't we? The last live stream. Managed to take that thing down by casting Berserk on it. Made an otherwise difficult fight quite simple. Alright then, so let's see what we've got and we'll get started. How is everyone today, by the way? Once again, I'm going to be streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. So feel free to use either platform, depending on what you prefer. Oh, well, thanks for that, Elmer. Okay, I'll try and remember that. At least it points out that Twitch chat is working. Sometimes it's difficult to know whether it is or not, as it can be a little bit buggy, this software that I use to stream to both platforms. But recently it seems to be doing the job pretty well, so... Okay, so we've got number 16, the Deserter's Revenge. And that's quite a high level hunt. Level 37. And it is also in the Barheim Passage. We do have access to the Barheim Passage now, so we could potentially take this one on, but it is also a little bit challenging, so maybe we'll come back to that in the near future. Right, this guy is a little bit easier, I think. Okay, so we have to go over to Nalbina. We've got the orange crystal for that. I'm just trying to get some plans going. I could have done this before I started streaming, but that would have been probably the right decision to make, so I didn't. Oh yeah, that's no problem. Yeah, Shades of Black is it's a useful spell, actually. Useful spell. Especially because you can get it fairly early. And you have, at least, I think you have, someone correct me if I'm wrong, more high-level spells than you have low-level spells in Final Fantasy XII. Meaning that Shades of Black is generally more useful than it is a hindrance. And above all, it can just be a heck of a lot of fun to use, can't it? More than anything. Okay, so some of these then, as we go down this list, are just starting to get a little bit, perhaps, too difficult. So, let's... the other thing we could do, actually, is go for the Esper. No, we'll leave that for now. We'll leave that. Let's just go for this, the Deserter's Revenge, which means we're going to have to go into the Barheim Passage. And where's the dude? He's in the Dalmasca Estersand, the one we need to speak to, so we'll go over there first. One thing I do want to do as well is start setting my party into 2 groups of 3. Each one with a tank, some healing and some damage dealing. That way we can switch whole parties out at will. But I won't worry about that for now. Let's just go over to the Estersand. And we need to speak to number 381, I think it said. Let me just have another look at that in case I misunderstood it. Oh, hi you, Alex. Oh, I have fun at work, but that was kind of you to stop by. So thanks for that. By the way, guys, I will be trying to stream a little bit later on as well. But we'll see how we get on. I'm having a meal with the wife later. Making a bit of an effort for Valentine's Day and all. But a cheeky hour or so in Final Fantasy XII might be possible as well. Right then, yeah, so number 381, a little bit further up. The hunt system in this game is really quite intuitive, actually. Oh, it's this guy, I remember now. Because it literally tells you everywhere you need to go in order to speak to petitioners, to accept the hunt, and then to go and kill the marks themselves. Yeah, some of them are a little bit strange in how you actually access them. You have to kill other enemies in the area first on occasion and things like that. But overall, it's a nice system. I do like it. Okay, so hunt accepted. It's time to make our way over to the Valheim Passage. So we'll head out of here south. Oh, thanks for that, Alex. I have a lot of fun on these streams, actually. Something I haven't done in the longest while. I remember when I played Final Fantasy VIII about 3 or 4 years ago now. Probably about 4 years ago, maybe even 5. I did stream that a little bit over on Twitch. But since starting up a game in Final Fantasy XII, it's been, you know, a lot of fun having a great laugh and stuff with you guys on stream chat. So I'm definitely planning on going forward. While people actually stop by and watch, I'll carry on doing it. So Bloodwing is about level 37, I think. 38? No, 37, I'm pretty sure. And, oh, one thing I should check, actually, since Bloodwing is a flying bat, is whether we have telekinesis. If not, I'll just have to sort my party out into a good flying enemy attacking team thingy. Ah, for some reason I don't have telekinesis. Okay, well, that's fine. We'll sort it out. Varn's doing well with his burning bow. And it looks pretty awesome, that does, doesn't it? Oh, one sec, just got a text message. Yeah, I can deal with that later. That's no problem. Right then. So let me just bring up the map. Try and remember where exactly Bloodwing is located. I think we'll just go exploring for a little bit. In fact, I don't think it's too far from here. Hi, Daniel. Oh, I'm very well, thanks, mate. How are you? Oh, you set the alarm to watch the stream. Oh, that's pretty awesome. Now, I've only just started up then for today anyway, so we're going on a couple of hunts, at least one anyway. Try and take out this Bloodwing mark. Here in the Valheim Passage. And then hopefully I'm going to be streaming again later. And tomorrow Secret of Mana comes out. So I've got the game pre-purchased. I haven't played the original. But a lot of people told me to make sure I get the remastered version. And since that's out tomorrow, I will probably, no doubt, be streaming that. Taking a break from Final Fantasy XII. And see, you know, what we think of it, really. Hi, Hugo. Welcome, buddy. I'm doing fine, thanks. How are you? And hello, Victorino. Apologies, I missed your message. I'm still getting used to having to look at the game and read chat at the same time. I know some of these, you know, long-time streamers have become absolutely dapper at that kind of situation. But I'm not quite there yet, so if I do miss some of your chat messages, that's probably why. Well, Bloodwing's 37. I do want to get the orange crystal at least, so it can make our way back here. I might be confusing Bloodwing with another mark. Let me just have a look at the map again. I mean, we can always come back for Bloodwing if it's a little bit tricky. Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. He's way, way, way down there, isn't he? Way down there. Yeah, he is by the Esper. And we've got to go through those hordes of skeletons to get to him. I'm remembering who Bloodwing is now. Well, we'll have a little bit of an exploration anyway. See how far we can get. If we don't get to Bloodwing, then fine. At least hopefully we'll get some experience more than anything. Just checking around for some potions and the like. You never know, it can come in useful. Finding the odd helpful chest or whatever the case may be. You started playing again, have you, Daniel? Oh, yeah, getting all those chops and that sorted. Yeah, that is a real nuisance, isn't it? Because you have to go around speaking to all the NPCs and all kinds of nasty stuff, isn't it? But it is important to get done if you want to get the game completed 100%, unfortunately. So, just bear with me. I'm just going to answer this text message. And then we'll crack on with this. Okay, dum-de-dum. Stupid predictive text, just bear with me. Right, that should be okay now. Yeah, okay, Bloodwing, you're right, is well into the hard parts. Oh, disease. I don't know if I can get rid of disease yet. I think we need Remedy Law rank 3. And these enemies are already getting hard. Is that a... Right, let's leave it. Bloodwing is going to be too challenging. I've decided we'll come back later. The mark itself is only level 37. But the actual path to it, on the other hand, is another story. But at least we got the orange crystal. Yeah, I understand, Stephen. I understand. I've never played the game before, actually. I'm going to do a little bit of research on the first hour or so of it, first couple of hours, just to make sure I know roughly what I'm doing and where I'm going. So that I'm not running around aimlessly on stream. But hey, I'm sure some of you will be experts at that game, so you can always give me a help out if I need, you know, just some direction on where to go, etc, etc. Let's have a look at some of these other hunts. Has disease gone by touching the crystal? Yes, it has. Just before we go any further, I want to see if anybody can cure disease. Since we've got quite a few license points as well that have been building up. We'll have a look at our white mage. I should think Pinello can, actually. I'm not going to look all over the license boards for the remedy laws. Ether Law 1. I'm pretty sure the white mage has them. I will leave it. It's not important now. I don't think we'll be encountering it for a while. I haven't actually, Daniel. I haven't. When's that coming out? Is that coming on PS4 and PC, is it, or something? Right, so there is a hunt we can go for. I believe it's on the way to our next story destination anyway. So we'll teleport over to now being a town. And go and speak to the petitioner. See what they've got to say for themselves. And I'm just going to check very briefly and then we'll move on, I promise. I don't, my accessories, I don't really want that equipped at the moment. Okay, that'll do nicely. Bangle's always useful. Yeah, I did do Bloodwing on the PS4 playthrough that I did, but I think I did it a little bit later on. I can't remember if I've done it on my weak mode playthrough or not on PS4. It did slip my mind until people were kind enough to mention it in chat that it is in the difficult part of the Barheim passage. And even though the mark itself is only level 37, I mean, still quite a high level, but, you know, something we could have probably handled. The actual path to it would have been just a slogfest. So, we'll come back to it a little bit later on. I might have to stop by at the bazaar as well, see if there's any other items opened up. Who's the dude that we want to talk to? He should be around here. Let me just check. Burog, we're right there apparently. There he is. Ah, another text message, just bear with me. I'm popular today. Not before I started streaming, I wasn't, of course. Okay, well that's the petitioner spoken to. So as we head out into the Mosforan High Waste a little bit later. Antrax Killer, thank you ever so much for following on Twitch there. Yeah, don't forget guys, if you haven't already, if you do watch live streams on Twitch, you can follow me on that platform as well. I do stream both to Twitch and to YouTube. Hello Dan Martin, welcome mate, welcome. I can't remember off the top of my head, Daniel. Dispelgar. If somebody else knows, they can point you in the right direction. If not, it'll have to be Google, I'm afraid. Actually, no. I'll just give you the wrong place. Right, let's head into the Mosforan High Waste then. I've not got that far yet. I'm only using normal Dispel at the moment. Oh, that's a good strategy, just casting Reflect on your whole party. I used Reflect quite a lot on the weak mode playthrough, because if you reflect black magic spells off your party when they have Reflect on them, it actually does more damage to the enemies, rather than just casting it on them directly. So you can get some good strategies going using that. So we're just going to make our way through here because we do have to make our way over to the Draculaur Laboratory type place in Arcadia. And this begins our long journey there. This is like the longest trek in the game to our next story destination. I'm just going to check my map. Bear with me, I've got a map on my phone here somewhere, and it will tell me whether there's any, or where the rare treasures are that we would possibly like to get here. Okay, and I'm also just going to check where the hunt is that we want to do. Looks like it's way further north yet, so I'm not going to worry about that at the moment. Okay, so no rare treasures in this area. Let's just speed along to the next. Welcome to our 2 Twitch viewers. Good to have you. I think one of you might be Elmer, though. Right, we do have another orange crystal coming up as well. I'm not going to... Oh, what's this here? That's an elemental. We don't want to be attacking that thing just yet. I'm not going to spend too much time in the central section at the moment. There is a few optional quests we can do. Barsh has all of a sudden been hit with Berserk, so we need to get rid of that. Can Ash do so? No, she can't. Can Varn? I think he can, actually. So we do need to cast his spell to get rid of it. Yeah, no, I appreciate it, Alma, because Twitch keep telling me I need to get 3 average viewers per stream. I mean, I'm not in any rush to get the account upgraded to affiliate or whatever it is it says that it'll upgrade to. But it does keep sending me messages telling me that that's what I'm supposed to be aiming for, so... let's go this way. The Mossfallen Highways does get confusing. It's not particularly my most favourite zone in Final Fantasy XII, because of all the different exits and that take you to all different parts of the area, some of which are locked off until you complete the quest to activate all these shrines later on. So we'll go and touch the crystal here. Boing. Guess we can save. And should be able to purchase the map from the Moogle around here. Yeah, this is the one. Although the map's not particularly helpful, since a lot of the areas you can see on it are still completely disconnected. But I suppose, you know, it's worth picking up anyway. Alright, what have you got for purchase? Oh yeah, some nice weapons actually. Although our burning bow with Varn is actually more damaging than the 10,650 gil bow we can get from this guy. And yeah, I don't think we need to buy any of that stuff. Oh, we can actually purchase remedies now. That is going to be something I need to focus on because, well, remedies are obviously some of the best items you can purchase, along with high potions at the moment and X potions later, etc, etc. Stuff to sell as well. Yeah, we'll get rid of this. Oh, do you mean the magic float armor? Because we get that from... is it the Fun Coast? No, it's before the Fun Coast, isn't it? You're right, Abhijit, actually. Good point. In the original Final Fantasy... Oh, no, don't sell my teleport stones. In the original Final Fantasy XII, you couldn't have an overlay map. You had to just rely on the mini-map or bringing up the main map. So, nice quality of life change there for the Zodiac Age. What's my favourite hunt to play through? As in, like, hunt, as in side quest hunt that you pick up? I'm not sure, actually. Maybe Amiga, just because he's a fun fight, just because he starts off so difficult, but once you've lowered his stats, it's almost like a walkover fight. I don't know though, maybe that is my favourite, I'm not sure. Okay, not much else to do around here. I think there might be a couple of treasures though. We'll have a look. But they might not be accessible until later, since, as I say, quite a bit of this area is locked off to us. There we go, you see. Can we get that one? No. Not yet, we can't. But I think this one's a one-time spawn treasure. We'll grab it. Oh, Thieves' Cuffs, brilliant. Yeah, they're useful. Double the chance of stealing rare items. Hugo, you can sell everything, except there's one or two items you don't want to sell that are used in side quests. Including one for the Barheim Passage key, but you'll still get the key even if you sell the item, which I think is the Giant Serpent skin, or Great Serpent skin. And there might be one more thing apart. The only other loot you don't want to sell is your teleport stones, since obviously you need those to move from Orange Crystal to Orange Crystal. But other than that, I think you're pretty much safe to sell everything. But let me know in chat if I've missed something, guys. For Hugo, who wants to know what he can sell. Ah, oh, hiya, Freddy. Thanks for joining us on Twitch. So I'm thinking soon we might go for the Esper Zeromus. You know which one I mean. But it can be quite a challenging fight. I think he's in his level 40s. And we're only in our late 20s, early 30s. But hey, maybe it's something we can do. What have we got in terms of ranged attacks here? Not much. Let's just speed things up. Right, how far are we from the hunt? Oh, thank you, Lunatic Pandora. Lunatic Pandora, I like that name. But Pandora, thanks for the subscription. Oh, I think I hit the wrong one there. It's this one. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. There is a chest here that can spawn. Might be one of these two, actually. Let's just kill these doggies. Yeah, pair of ghillie boots. 48 gil. So soon I might purchase my second thingy that gives us gil instead of license points. Have we got one equipped already? Yeah, cat ear hood, that's the one. So if we have all 6 of those equipped later, it'll be like winning the lottery, the Final Fantasy lottery. Take this guy down. And this is where the hunt is going to appear. Oh yeah, which Esper was that, Abhijit? I think I did do a few of the Espers in the week mode playthrough. If you get the right strategies going, then the bosses in this game are really easy. A lot of the challenge really comes through thinking through what strategy to go for and to go into when you start a fight. I mean, the general strategy for a normal mode playthrough is make sure you have a tanking character that's fully buffed up with decoy and haste and protect, etc. Though I don't recommend using Shell unless it's a really magic heavy fight. Mainly because Shell, unfortunately, reduces the chance of positive status buffs hitting the character. Which shouldn't be a thing in my opinion, but it is. And just checking where this guy is that we're supposed to be killing. Okay, he's just in the next area. Hi folks, those that have joined us, welcome. This might be the last day I'm streaming Final Fantasy XII for a few days anyway. Since tomorrow we have Secrets of Mana being released. And I've got my copy pre-purchased after a lot of people told me that I would enjoy the game. And from what I've seen, it's pretty much Final Fantasy, but obviously with a different name. But it's old school Final Fantasy, so I'll definitely be looking forward to trying it out, and I will be streaming it as well. Oh, okay, Abhijit. So let's go ahead and use Varn here to dispel this sucker. And we could probably also get some status ailments going on it as well, such as blind. But I think we're okay at the moment. I tell you what, let's have some fun and unleash a quickening chain. They usually do the trick at finishing these hunts off fairly quickly. If we can get a good chain going, that is. Oops. I generally try and go for the lower mischarge amount quickenings when they're available, just so that we, you know, don't deplenish our charges too quickly. Whoa, chain of 3. And we're out of mischarges. Thank you, Freddie, for following on Twitch. Appreciate that. Yeah, I am just trying to work at building up my Twitch audience. I'm not in any rush to do so. But it's just something I've started on.
How about some of this?
I must endure.
Got a mischarge then, so we can keep the chain going for a little bit longer. Oh, I tried to go for double mischarge action then. Problem is now we're just about to run out of time, I think. Hello, baby. Thanks for joining us.
You're mine.
I might just run back to the orange crystal after this fight. That way we can hand in this hunt. Get it ticked off the list. I can also just nip back to... Oh, out of time then. Nip back to Remastered or somewhere. And see if any other hunts are available to us, first of all. And second of all, if anything's become available for purchase at the bazaar. Oh, thank you, Rabbi, for following on Twitch. Much appreciated. Oh, it's still not dead. Mind you, we only got a chain of 11, didn't we? There it goes. Atomos is vanquished. Yeah, I do like a lot of the animations from the quickening change. The only downside is that when you have a long chain going, it can go on a bit, can't it? Not too bad when you're playing, but for the purposes of live streaming, it's not always ideal. Right, so I'm just going to speed up. We're going to head back to the orange save crystal, hand in the hunt. So that one was a fair bit easier. Where the heck am I going? Fair bit easier than trying to do Bloodwing. But still counts as a hunt, of course, so we'll be getting ever more closer to unlocking some pretty awesome items. Cheers, Abhishek. Right, we'll head back to... I didn't mean to click save. To now being a fortress. Yeah, I mean, obviously you need to hit your buttons and that, but then the animations themselves still play afterwards, don't they? I've seen some people getting chains of like 30 odd, and the quickening lasts about 10 minutes or so. Although I think we mentioned before in one of the last live streams that Final Fantasy is famous for its long casting animations. In a way, it wouldn't quite be the same without them. A Gallardo Platinum Shield, very nice. Let's just have a look at that shield for our tanks, if it's any good or not. Yeah, no, it's not as good as our Dragon Shield. The Dragon Shields are really powerful because you can get them quite early on And they are better than pretty much most of the other stuff that you're going to get at that point in the game. Right, so I'm just going to head back now to Remastered. A couple of things we can have a look at doing there, perhaps. And we've got a nice teleport network built up now. We can also purchase teleport stones on the airship since that's available. Just as a point of reference for those that are running low on those things. So a quick pop into the sand sea here. Although I'm not sure anything's going to be available that we haven't yet picked up anyway. No, we've got everything, okay. We can go and speak to Mont Blanc. I haven't spoken to him for a while. He might have another elite hunt or something available for us. Hi guys, welcome to those just joining us on the stream. Nice to have yous. So this is probably going to be our final day for a while streaming Final Fantasy XII, since Secret of Mana is out tomorrow. And I will be wanting to do at least 1 or 2 live streams on that game, give it a go. And if we like it, we can carry on with it. But also then a little bit later on, in a few weeks' time, couple of weeks' time actually, we've got Final Fantasy 15 coming out on PC. So I'll no doubt be streaming that as well. And I know that Final Fantasy 15 can be a divisive one amongst the Final Fantasy fans. Carrot, this is the Marlborough, isn't it, that's available in the Salika Wood. So Marlborough are famously annoying to fight, aren't they? Due to their bad breath attacks. And we're going to pop over to the bazaar and then we'll teleport back and either do another hunt or continue making our way over to the Salika Wood. Right, any new items available? No, but I think I will purchase our second cat ear hood accessory. Everything else is stocked up. Who should we give it to? I guess it doesn't really matter too much. We'll give it to Pinello since we're not using her at the moment. We need to actually let her learn the accessory thing though. The license for it. Wow, I need to start spending my license points. They do build up quickly. They really, really do. There it is, number 16. And who should we give her thingy to? Nobody. Golden amulet, also useful because of the extra license points you get. I might just take a brief detour, you know, into trial mode. See if we can get some of that gil back that we've just spent. It won't be the last one for long, Abhishek. Probably just for a couple of days more than anything. And even if we do like Secret of Mana and want to stream it, then I'll probably be doing 2 streams a day anyway, so we can swap and change between it. But I do want to carry on with Final Fantasy XII to some degree because I want to actually complete the playthrough, since we've made quite a bit of progress already. Right, I just want to take a detour then into trial mode so we can see how much gil we're getting with our... Oops, didn't mean to quit the game. You can see how much gil we're getting with our 2 cat ear hood accessories. And it'd be good if we can build up that 50k we've just spent. Yeah, the thing with license points is, at least in my experience, you end up with far more than you actually need. So early on in the game, you don't tend to have enough for the things you want to purchase. But very quickly, even before the end of the game, you've like just pretty much got so many license points, they're just coming out of your ears. Varn's in Berserk status, which is okay actually. Actually, I should cure it because he's buffing Bash, which is important to keep Decoy active. The Diamond Armlet's a good treasure to grab, even if you've already got one, because it sells for 6,000 gil. And it's a kind of free 6,000 gil since it's right there at the start of stage 1. I'm not going to bother too much with the other treasures. I'm just going to get rid of... We're going to have to bring another character in to heal that Berserk. Yeah, we're getting nice gil now, look. So the multiplier for earning gil is the license points multiplied by the level of the character that has the cat ear hood accessory equipped. Now, unfortunately, if you're playing a weak mode playthrough, that practically makes the accessory completely useless. But on any other playthrough, it makes you quite rich. Yeah. We'll give it a go, Stephen. See how it goes. But yeah, there's a lot of driving in that game. I don't know about downtime for the stream. There's a lot of downtime for the player, to be honest, as well. Lots of opportunities to go and make a cup of tea. Come on, before Fivergar. Come on, come on, come on. Yes. So we're speeding through the first 10 stages now. I missed how much gil we had then. Let me just have a little look. Oh, we've almost earned back what we've just spent. In fact, I think we just have now. So that 50,000 gil is back in our pockets. Tiamat can be quite a challenge sometimes. I'm not going to go much further than this. Now that I know we can earn gil, I'm happy. An Elder Worm can be a bit of a pain. Is anybody going to remove blind? Let's just leave it. I haven't really got the gambit set up for this guy at the moment. Yeah, we could probably kill him quite easily. But I'm not going to go through all my healing items, etc. in order to do so. And we've made the gil back we've just spent. So we'll load up from the previous stage. Okay, I'm happy with that. Right then, so let's have a brief look if there's any hunts we want to do. I'm thinking we're just going to carry on moving through the area though. We could actually go for this Flan guy that's located in the sewers, isn't he? Although the problem is he is actually quite challenging. And I'm just not sure if we're going to be able to take him on with the setup we've got going until we've leveled up a little bit. Maybe we could. No, I think we'll leave it for now. Let's head back. Maybe we can take on the King Bomb in Salika Wood. Although he's not easy either. Right, so we'll start making our way forward again then. I'm just thinking, I might go and take on that Orthros, because I think that would be quite fun if we could get it killed. My favourite aspect of Final Fantasy XII is probably all of the side quest content that there is to do in the game. Such as all the hunts, for example, and some of the difficult enemies that you can take on as extra challenges that aren't really part of the story, but are still a lot of fun. Let me just see, have we got Shia? If we've got Shia, that could potentially help us substantially. I tell you what, we'll give it a go. What's the worst that can happen? The problem is actually trying to find it as well. I do hate this place. Let's go back to Remastered. What's your favourite thing about the game, Abhijit? Hi guys, welcome to those joining us on stream. We're just undertaking a couple of the hunts that the game has available, including an elite hunt now, with Orthros the Flan, in the Remastered sewers, the Garamsynth Waterway, whatever it's called. I'm pretty sure this is the chest you were not allowed to loot in the original game. I mean, that is a long time ago, so I could be wrong on that, when I played that. But I think if you looted that, you couldn't get the Zodiac Spear or something. I'm sure it was that one. Right, let's just... Oh, no, I'm going to bother with the chests. The couple of gil, or rubbish potions they contain in this location, don't really make it all that worth it. We need to actually speak to the petitioner first, who's around here, I think. I was going to go running over to the hunt immediately. It's the Contrite Thief. Okay, let's just get on with it. I'm just going to briefly sort out my party as well, because the enemies, even on the way to Orthros, can be a real nuisance. So if we bring Penelo into the fight, or into the group, make sure she's set to buff Bash. Yes, she is. You can also cast Asuna, which is helpful. I just want to check one thing here. Okay, so Shia is useful if you've got it, but we haven't. Yeah, I've seen the combat system for Final Fantasy 15, at least as best as we can tell, and it does pretty much seem... Sorry, Final Fantasy 7 I've seen it for. It does pretty much seem Final Fantasy 15 in its style. Which, it wasn't my favourite combat system, I've got to be honest with you, Final Fantasy 15. I like the game, overall, but I think the combat was perhaps one of the weaker aspects of it. It did have its weak spots, unfortunately. But hopefully they'll refine it and it'll be a lot more fun to use in number 7, in the remake. But yeah, I mean, Final Fantasy 12, the Gambit system, is actually really addictive. You can completely gimp yourself if you go for the wrong strategy. And yet you can just completely and utterly blitz, you know, through the entire game if you know what you're doing. So it's quite a bit of fun. Oh yeah, Raphael. Thanks for joining us, guys, those that have just logged in. I can see a few of you have joined us in chat. It's good to have you. Let me just see where this guys. I think it's in the similar place to where the last thingy was, wasn't it? Do we need to use the gate key? I'm doing this blind at the moment, so I'm really pretty much just going off memory more than anything. So we need to lower the water. Is it number 10 that we have to use, or is it number 10 we have to keep open? Maybe we don't need to do anything then with this one. Yeah, Final Fantasy 12 was your first Final Fantasy, was it, Abhishek? Mine was Final Fantasy 7, actually. But I did like Final Fantasy 12. And especially since the remaster came out, I found a whole new appreciation for it as well. I think we need to have these ones closed. Or open. I cannot remember if number 10 needs to be closed or open for this fight. I'm going to open it and we'll have to just come back if it's the wrong click of this button. If it's the wrong option. And this is also the one where we're going to have to get rid of the male characters in order to spawn it. Okay, let's start making our way across. It's pointless standing here the whole time. So it's right down south, yeah. And can we go this way? Oh, one sec, go through the other one. A little bit further down. Not that one, the one next to it perhaps. I do hate this place. It's possibly one of my worst dungeons, outside of the Great Crystal, of course. That said, if this place didn't have a map either, then it would also be a little bit of a nuisance as well. Let's go the same way that we went for the White Moose. Maybe we have got the gate switched wrong. It's possible. Let's try this one. If not, we'll sort the gate out. Oh yeah, it's because we've got all the gates off, isn't it? Ugh. Yeah, I played a lot of Crisis Core when it was out on the PSP. Was it only the PSP that Crisis Core was available to play on? I mean, it's been a few years since I played that game, but I had a heck of a lot of fun with it when it was out. You know, or when I did play it, I should say. Okay, this is more like it. Right, so Pinello should keep us buffed. I'm not sure how we're going to do the boss without bash and without tanking. Yeah, that's right. I knew I played it on the PSP, Abhishek. I just didn't know off the top of my head if that was the only system it was released on. But no, it was a lot of fun, wasn't it? Hoping we can access. Oh, I don't think we can we? We can't access it from this side. We need to go to the other side. Bloody typical, that is. So this is where the other boss is that we fought. The other slimy thingy. Oh no, we can. No, this is fine. We can do it. That's okay. Let me just check. Okay, so this is where we're going to fight it. We just need to sort out our party situation. And hopefully we're going to be okay with this. This can be a tough one. Let's go ahead and first of all bring the right party members in. We've got plenty of people hopefully here that can dispel. Fran is going to be casting fire more than anything. And hopefully we can unleash a quickening chain. This guy is somewhat weak, or resistant I should say, to physical attacks because it's a flam. Hi Dave, welcome to the stream, buddy. We're just going to be taking on a fairly challenging Orthros enemy. It's a flan. And we don't have a tank really for this particular fight. So I'd be interested to see how we get on with it. Let me just check. Okay, let's get rid of the glacial staff and use the flame staff, since that does increase fire damage quite substantially. Alright, then we'll see how this goes. We're going to start by dispelling it. And in fact, we can also blind this one. So we'll turn that on as well. And that might just help us out a little bit then. So we'll start with dispel. Come on, Pinello, dispel. Quickly, please. Okay, so that's the dispel sorted. And has it been blinded yet? Yes, there's the blind. That's going to help us out big time. And now fire is going to do, well, 3,500 points of damage. I'll take that. So this guy has 87,000 hit points. Yeah, I'm fine, thanks, Dave. How are you? Are you playing it at the moment, are you, as well? Oh, sap is quite nasty. Actually... Oh, I just need to sort something out while this fight's going on. I've just got to send a text message. It's work, so it's kind of important. Hopefully I'm not getting absolutely obliterated here, because I'm literally not even looking at the screen.
I can't.
Right, then I'm back. Somebody died. What? Why isn't this guy dead yet? He should be dead. Okay, that's quite early to be level 35 then, Dave. I guess that took a bit of grinding, didn't it? Yeah, well done on that, mate. Right then, let's go ahead and just swap some party members round here for our journey back. Oh, come on. That's better. We'll say goodbye to Ash. Bring in Bash. Goodbye, Fran. Hello, Varn. And we're going to run back. Yeah, the optional espers do tend to require quite high levels, actually. Well, not require them, you can do them all on weak mode. But the espers themselves are quite high levels. That said, if you go for some good strategies and the right setups, you should be able to do them without too much trouble. Okay, so we're nearly back now, just across the bridge. Now we're going around in circles. There we go. Alright then guys, well I'm just going to hand this hunt in. And I was just saying, Dave, that you're quite high level. I was just wondering if it took you a long time to grind to level 35. Yeah, no, I enjoy grinding. A lot of people don't, though. But no, I'm happy to hear that at least somebody else does. I think one of the features of Japanese role-playing games is you have to expect to do a fair bit of grinding at some point. Hiya, Mr. Reflex. Welcome, mate, welcome. Okay, so we've got a blackened fragment, which is part of an Abrea side quest a little bit later on. So that's another elite hunt done and dusted. Slow down a touch. So I can actually, you know, manoeuvre around this place. Right, I guess we can teleport back then now to the Mossforan High Waste. Yeah, I've got that item as well, Dave. It's the embroidered tippet, isn't it? Just make sure I've got somebody with it equipped. Ash, but she's not in the active party. But yeah, that's the one that gives you double XP, which is fairly useful. Shame it only works on one character at a time. But hey, there you go. It's better than nothing. Alright then guys, well I think I'm going to take a break at this point. And then we'll pick up later this evening. Hopefully I will schedule a stream for 9:30 UK time. And I guess we'll just carry on making our way through the Mossforan High Waste. Maybe do another couple of hunts. See what kind of mood I'm in at the time. But thanks for stopping by today. Sorry for those just joining us. That we are coming off now for a little bit. I need to actually go and get some work done, to be honest. So I do need to take a break. But thanks for stopping by, folks. Hopefully I'll see some of you later as well. And then don't forget, guys, tomorrow is Secrets of Mana. So we'll stream that for at least one session and see what we think of it. And then maybe either do it again or Final Fantasy 12 once more tomorrow evening. Yeah, cheers all. Take care. Thanks for stopping by today.